Hi guys, my name is Sara and I'm a part of Adway, and we do automated recruitment marketing in various channels on social media to enable a 24/7 storytelling to attract and convert the best candidates for our customers. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, and what's there to chat about? Let's get started. Diversity and inclusion is not TA's responsibility. I'll repeat that. Diversity and inclusion is not TA's responsibility, but it helps if we can help the organization lay out the groundwork. So, what's the business case for D&I strategy? Well, the most diverse Fortune 500 companies perform at a 25% higher net score, and I don't really think I need to say more than that. Today, I'm going to share with you how you in TA and recruitment can take the lead and help build the strategy in the attraction phase in talent acquisition. If you would like to have a more diverse and minimize your bias in recruitment, there are steps to take, and I'm here to guide you through them. Train your brain. Confirmation bias describes how we reflexively make choices that strengthen the perception we already have. If the image we have of a programmer is that he is a man, then the probability is high that the next programmer also will be a man. This is difficult to crack on your own. You also need to get your hiring managers on board. So, my first advice is to organize a workshop and get the whole recruitment chain to train their brains to get out of their bias. Use a requirement profile for everyone. Women apply if they are 100% sure, and men apply if they meet 60% of the requirements. If specific certifications or niche knowledge are needed, mark them as requirements. For personal qualities and experience, use desirable instead. There are different paths to success. Let the numbers speak. Measure and prove that you live as you learn. Set measurable goals linked to D&I and follow up. If you don't reach all the way, you just need to continue and analyze and adjust. A recurring problem I often hear is that we want to attract and recruit diverse teams, but how do we start? Over 4 billion people are on social media today. The average time a person spends there is over 2 hours and 30 minutes a day. If someone signed up at 16 and lived to their 70s, it will mean they will spend over 6 years on social media alone. Since the majority of us now realize that this is where our candidates spend almost all their time, modern recruiters and modern employers now focus their recruitment marketing to social media. But there are tricks to learn to include D&I in your strategy. Almost a year ago, Facebook came up with new guidelines for advertising. This because companies often unknowingly would fall into the trap of a biased strategy when they advertised. This change meant that now when you're using social media in your recruitment, you can't apply a discriminatory job advertising strategy. A discriminatory job advertising strategy is when you target against age, ethnicity, and gender. So how can we avoid this in our targeting strategy when we do recruitment marketing? Well, my best advice is to apply various forms of targeting, such as behavioral targeting. This way, you can target those candidates who already shown interest in you, visited your job applications and employer branding, and already knows about you as an employer. Greater diversity will give you a greater end result, and now you will also follow the rules of an unbiased advertising strategy. It's time we move from cultural fit to cultural ad. Be better, be braver. You don't want to spin up another robot, right? You should aim for people and your employees to bring their whole selves to work. Inclusion is not just a start phase in the recruitment stadium, it's about keeping all those diverse teams when they are employed by you. You need to include your D&I strategy in your everyday work, and this should be a joint OKR for the management team as well. That's why I stated in the first sentence that D&I is not TA's responsibility, but in this case, when we can apply behavioral targeting in the recruitment and attraction phase, we lay a great groundwork for this to work internally. There's a cosmic consciousness occurring, and what may and may not have worked in the past is not good enough today. You need to empower everyone to bring their whole selves to work. And fear, in this case, might stand in the way. And here's my biggest recommendation. You need to acknowledge that this is a problem and this is something to act on. And my biggest recommendation is start to, contact these kind of minority groups, get involved, workshop around it, get to know, get your facts straight. Don't be shy doing something wrong or, offending anyone, because being paralyzed of fear in this case is the biggest issue, because that won't lead to any change at all. If you feel like you could be, or your organization could be paralyzed and don't know how to move, starting with D&I, here are some recommendations. Investigate in your culture. See how it differs from what you say it is. Empower the organization with language. Get people who are passionate about D&I to come in and journey manage you with definitions, know how to collectively define each issue, so you now can know how to best tackle this. Remove the stigma from bias. This doesn't mean throwing the bias away. It means asking, where does bias disadvantage both you and the person you're applying it to, especially in recruitment. And change how your company innovates. How will it help you get diverse candidates, and how can it help them stay? My biggest takeaway from this session today is to acknowledge the fear that could be occurring. Let your intention be your inner guiding voice and start acting. The biggest issue here would be not to act, so I encourage you all to analyze where your organization is at, and if you have questions or are curious on how to attract candidates in a more unbiased way, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. My name is Sara Dalsfelt. You can just look me up and I will for sure help you get started. Thank you for watching and enjoy your day.